Hello YouTube, Liz here. I have some yarn acquisitions. I've kind of been collecting them to show you before I start using them. There's a couple other things right there. Anyway, the Lion brand had the ad on September the 3rd for 10 for 10, and I decided I usually hate paying shipping, but I figured 10 for 10 I'll pay the shipping. And so I ordered 10 skeins of yarn, and I got it. It was September 3rd I ordered it, and I got it on September the 17th. And I was like, why did it take so long? It came from New Jersey to Arizona. And I thought, okay. And I had an opportunity to email customer service, and I said, why do you guys put these specials on and then it takes so long to ship it? And they said, oh, they get slammed with orders and all this stuff, and that we have to have patience. And I was like, okay, I have other yarn, so I wasn't upset. It's just the principle of the thing. I did pay for shipping. If it was free shipping, sometimes I think, okay. But I did pay for shipping, and I didn't get my stuff for quite a while, but that's okay. I kind of learned that the shipping game is going to be hit and miss. So anyway, on a happier note, I've got all this yarn. So I ordered the Lion brand ice cream big scoop, and I got lemon swirl. I didn't have this one, so I decided I'd get the lemon swirl. I had cookies and cream before. I ordered, okay, this is controversial, but I ordered a caked homespun, and the colorway is Go Team. It's homespun stripes. And years ago, I'm talking maybe 10 years ago, I used homespun to crochet a beanie for my daughter, and it was gorgeous colors. I thought it would look so pretty with her eyes. It was a pretty aqua color, and I just struggled with that stuff. It split and shred and carried on something fierce, and I thought, okay, I'm never going to use this stuff again. But I got through the hat, and I thought, okay, you can't frog it, you can't do anything, you just got to keep going. So I finished the hat and did all that stuff and put that yarn in the goodbye box. So I've been seeing some people using homespun, and I thought, maybe I have a lot more experience now crocheting, and I can try it again, because it is beautiful. I mean, the colors are just awesome, and it's so soft. So here it is, Hellspun. We'll see how it goes. I'll put that one over there. So then I got okay, let's see, I got the ice cream big scoop and lemon swirl. I got the homespun, they call it New Look, I think, because it's caked, and Go Team. It's the same yarn, it's just wound differently. Then I ordered landscapes, of course, and it was a good opportunity to get landscapes for $1. So I got Tropics. Let's see which one's which here. Okay, this one's Tropics. Okay, and I got 4 of those. They come in a package, and they had a loose one, I guess, because they come 3 to a package, and I got 4. And then I got 4 of the Galaxy. Okay. So that was that. That was what I waited for. And I had gone to Hobby Lobby recently, and I saw this. I love this chunky, which I've never used before, in Plum Garden, and I saw the clearance tag to $1.24, and so I grabbed it. I thought, I'm going to try that on my loom, because the loom likes either 2 strands or a chunkier yarn to do the loom knitting on the little plastic looms that I have. This yarn bee I got Color Play in Grandmother's Quilt. thought that was kind of fancy. It just caught my eye as I was walking down. I just went to get some more white to finish the project I was working on, and I saw this and I thought I'd try to make a hat with it, and maybe on the Addy, because this stuff shreds like crazy. I've used it before, and when on the Addy knitting machine, it's like a loom, but you crank it and it's, you know, it still produces the same knitted looking fabric. And so I thought, I used one of these yarn bees on it, and when what you do is you make like a tube when you're going to make a hat, and you end up folding it inside of itself and making a double layer like this. Okay, and then it becomes a reversible hat. So I just make I make about 130 rounds, and then you do a drawstring on the end. It's a drawstring cast on and cast off, and you just pull the ends of it and it closes the hole on both ends, and then you tuck it inside each other and tie it together, and that makes a really nice thick warm hat. So I've made a whole bunch of these, so they're all down there. I made this one with the cupcake yarn. I thought that was really neat. It's got some sparkles in it. I don't know if you can see the sparkles, maybe not, but it's sparkly. And then see, you can reverse it, and I was having fun. Sometimes I feel like just sitting, if my hands are aching or anything, I just feel like sitting and making some of those instead of crocheting. Some yarns make my hands hurt, like cotton yarn make my hands hurt, and then I found that when I use a large hook, like let's say a J or K hook with a chunkier yarn, that my hands will start aching. And I bought some, what did I do with those? They're under here somewhere. I bought some gloves at Joann. Well, as I go through this stack, if I find them, I'll show them to you. You put them on and they're like comforting to your hands, and they are. There's a little, if you go to Joann, and if you're having trouble with your hands aching when you crochet, at Joann they have these gloves that you can put on. I thought I had the wrapper. I already took them out of the wrapper, but they're about $14 or $15, but I used my 60% off coupon. But there's a chart on the back of it, and you hold your hand up to it, and it tells you what size to buy. They have small, medium, and large. So I thought I needed the small, and I bought those, and it measured on the back, and they were too small. They were cutting off my circulation. They were making a mark on my hand. I don't want that. So I went back and exchanged them for the medium size, and they work really well. They're under here somewhere. I have this pile of yarn. So anyway, this is Grandmother's quilt. So there's that and all that. Okay, then I bought Urban Chic, Yarn Bee Urban Chic in this colorway is called, I guess it's called Urban Chic. I don't see anything else on there. It just says Yarn Bee Urban Chic. It's got to have another colorway, doesn't it? It's 78% acrylic and 22% cotton, and it calls for an H crochet hook, size 5mm or H, or a 4.5mm knitting needle, size 7. But I thought it looked kind of Halloweenish. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but I grabbed it. Sometimes I do that. I think we all do. And then I grabbed this. I love this yarn in the acrylic, and Nova Scotian Sky. I really thought that was a nice colorway, and I thought I'd make some hats or something with that. I just really like the color. I'm kind of a sucker for color. And then it holds true for this too. This is I love this I love this yarn. This is the acrylic print, and the colorway on this one is Candy Stick Stash. And sometimes I make doll dresses for my granddaughter's American Girl doll, and I had that in mind when I bought this, because this makes a nice, I like the way the print works up for a doll dress. You know, when you're making a small project like that and you buy a yarn that's striping or whatever, you don't have enough rounds to get to all the color changes. So if it's something like this print, then you have a better chance. And while I was there, I bought, what did I buy? I bought something else under here. Oh, I think I got another crochet hook. Oh, they had these cute little dishes. I like those. I keep my stitch markers in there. I made some stitch markers. Okay, so I was at Joann yesterday and I bought another Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in Beautiful. I have a couple of these, but I needed another one. And I was trying to find a contrasting color to go with it. And it's really hard with this cataract. But I hope it goes together. I think it will, okay. It's called Aruba Sea. It was on sale for $2.99. There's a sign at Joann that says Red Heart Super Saver $2.99. So I thought, oh boy. So when I got up to the front, I found out that the Super Saver Ombre is not $2.99. But I had a 20% coupon off entire purchase, so I used that. Then I bought Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in Cocoa. I wanted one of the brown colorways. There's this, and there's, it's called Hickory, I think, is the other one. They didn't have that one, but I went ahead and picked up a contrasting color for that. I think that'll work okay. Brown is really hard for me to see. Browns, grays, navy. This one is Cafe Latte. I've had this before, this Red Heart, but it was $2.99. So anyway, with the Beautiful, I had started, let me get this stuff out of the way so I can show you some of my works in progress. While I was at Joann yesterday, my daughter's birthday is November the 1st. When I went to the hospital to have her, I was the only one in labor and delivery, if you can believe that, at the time in Houston, Texas, but in the Methodist hospital. But it was Halloween night, and they wrote on the board, instead of putting my name, they put Mrs. Pumpkin. So anyway, she was born the next day on November the 1st, but I always buy her some kind of holiday socks for Halloween or something. And so I got these. I mean, she's 38. She's going to be 39, but I still buy her socks. I hope she still likes them. She hasn't told me to quit yet. If you're watching this, tell me to quit if you don't want the... Oh, I don't want you to see them. Oh, she's not watching. She's got 3 little kids and a full-time job as a professor. She's not watching me. So this is called... this says Magically Scary. And they're all into Harry Potter, and her little daughter's 7, and she likes unicorns and stuff, so I thought they'd all enjoy those socks. And then this one has pumpkin stuff on it, pumpkin pie. So she can use these through November, and it's not specifically Halloween. So I like to send them useful things. Of course, I have other things for her birthday, not just that. But then I've got yarn falling all over the place here. But while I was I think it was at Hobby Lobby last time, I got these. No, it was at Joann. It was at Joann. I got these candles. It was in the Halloween section. They look like bones, and they do. They look like bones. They even kind of feel like bones, but they're wax candles. But they have kind of a big bottom on them, and I was looking for candle holders yesterday, and I bought a pair, and they're not big enough. But I went and looked in my stuff, and I found something else I could use. I could try to make something, like out of a shot glass or something, and just put some foil down in there and stand them, but they're kind of heavy, so they're going to tip if I don't watch out. I'm going to have something kind of high. But I thought those were cute. I like Halloween. That's one of my favorites. So I made and finished and sent a gift. Afghan made using the Mosaic Granny by Creative Grandma, Stitch of the Week number 91, the Mosaic Granny. Okay, so I made those. They turned out like this. I used Cool in the Lion brand Mandala Ombres and Cool, and I made 24 of those. I made them 12 inches squares. I just kept going until they were 12 inches, and then I bordered them, and then I put them all together and did not take a proper picture. I was going to save it and do a video and show you my finished Afghan because it really turned out nice, and I wanted to get it in the mail, and I wasn't in a way that I could make a video right then, so I took a picture of it, but the picture really doesn't do it justice. I laid it down on the bed, and the colors don't come out very good, but all the blocks are different because that's yarn is an ombre. But I really liked working with that yarn. It's really squishy and it's really soft, and it made a great blanket. Then I started making one using that same pattern, using the Blutiful Red Heart Super Saver Blutiful, and it is scratchy. I just don't think it's going to make a good blanket unless it softens up after it's washed. I don't know. I've never kept anything that I've made and washed it to see if it's going to soften up or not. But I've started I bought this package of little alphabet beads at Dollar Tree. I got a whole big package of them for $1, Dollar Tree, $1. And so I started putting them on my projects on my whips with a stitch marker, and it's great because I bought a set of Clover crochet hooks, and I have plenty of crochet hooks to spread around in my projects, but I kind of like using those, and I've gotten to where I prefer those. So I've been keeping the hook and using it on all my projects and just marking what hook I used. So there's another one of those Cocos. So I started Jonna Martinez, if I'm pronouncing her name properly. Jonna Martinez has posted the tutorial to go with the High Tide Waves blanket, and I started it. Okay, I'm on round 19 now. I'm starting round 19, and I'm telling you, man, this was breaking my head. I'd have to watch the tutorial. She's good, but I had to go over and over and over and over it, and she's got the left-handed version. Thanks, Joanna. I would never have made it without that. But this is how it looks on the other side, and I've got my little thing here telling me that I'm using an H crochet hook. I was going to use an I, and that just didn't seem like it was. I decided to do it like she was doing it and stick with an H. She's using Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in the coral colors. I can't remember if it's called Sea Anemone or something like that. It's really beautiful colors, and in the tutorial her nail polish matches. She's got long nails and her nail polish matches, so when she's pointing to the stitches, I was having a hard time deciding exactly, this cataract. I was having a bit of a hard time, and her crochet hook's kind of the same color, so everything was kind of blending together, and I was like looking and looking to see. But this is up to starting round 19, and this is how much I have left of this skein, but I have other skeins. Okay, so I've got this going, the mosaic, and I'm probably going to let that hibernate for a while because I just finished doing that big blanket. Actually, I thought instead of making a bunch of squares, I might just keep going with it. I can keep going with that same pattern and let it get bigger and bigger and make like a square Afghan to use in the living room or something. I'm not going to give it away. This, I'm thinking, okay, our town is a small town, and they just started having a farmer's market craft fair once a month. And I was really impressed because they've got a whole bunch of people coming out, and we were getting a big turnout, and it's really fun. I've met quite a few people, and I saw some other crocheters there. And so I thought maybe I'll put my hat in the ring and go over there. And I thought when I make this blanket, I'm going to try to get in on the October. It's the third week in October, so I have time to finish this blanket. She just posted the third and final part of the tutorial. I'm on the second part. Let's see, I can't remember what it starts. Around 13, I think, to 26 starts the second tutorial. I'm not sure, something like that. Anyway, if I keep plugging away at it, I try to work on it a little bit every day. I'm going to use it as my table cover. I thought, because it's pretty. And then I thought maybe I might take some hats and stuff and some of my market bags over there. I'm not sure yet. I've never done anything like that before. So anyway, Christina at Mother Cow Crochet is doing, she posted a tutorial for her Bridges of Infinity shawl, and I started it. You work it in the round, and I started it using, she wanted to see what yarn I chose. So Christina, I'm using Line Brand Landscapes, and the colorway is Cabana. I already had this one, so before I got my new Line Brand order. So I'm using that, and it's kind of a roving style yarn if you guys haven't worked with it before. But the thing you have to watch out for, and I didn't finish my thought about making hats on the Addy, when you close the circle and pull it, if you pull it too hard, and you have to pull it kind of hard to get your stitches, to your last yarn to come through all the stitches to close the hole. If you're going to make something that you have to pull the yarn, you have to be really careful, because that stuff will shred at the end, and I lost my end when I was making a hat after all that work, and I was like, oh. But now I try to really be careful and pull it carefully, so you can see it. See how it just kind of does that? So anyway, I thought it would make, it's really soft, and the colors are just beautiful, and I thought it would make a really nice, it's the Bridges of Infinity shawl. It kind of wraps around your neck. It's an infinity like scarf, and it's got an edging on it. It's real pretty. If you go over and visit Christina at Mother Cow Crochet, you'll see her wearing it in her videos, and you can follow her tutorial. She's doing it right now. So she just got her first ice yarn haul, I saw. I haven't tried ice yarns yet, but I'm all over the map here, sorry. Speaking of shredding, you can see, I just looked over here and saw my Hellspun, but see, this is the end right there. Enough said. So that's where I am. Where are those gloves I was going to show you? They're under here somewhere. I was just using them. What did I do with them? They've got to be under here somewhere, because now I have to find them. Oh, here they are. I put them in this little basket. So they're blue, and they don't have any color choices, but you just put them on. They have little finger holes like that. There's 2 of them. You get a set in the package, and they're kind of like compression stocks for your hands, and they're great. They're very comforting. I like that a lot. So just be sure you don't get them too tight. If you do get them, I err on the size of buying one size larger than you think you need from the chart. So anyway, that's my news. When I finish this, I'm going to try the next round on the High Tide Waves blanket and see how that goes. Each row is different, and it's got so much texture, and it's tricky because you have to, there's a lot of front post, back post, double crochets, pop stitches. There's areas where you skip a stitch, make a front post double crochet, and then go back into a stitch. I think it's a paid pattern. I'm not sure. I don't have the pattern. I didn't even know after I started it and she mentioned it, and I thought, oh, I didn't know that it was a paid pattern, but the tutorials on YouTube, so I was just following that. So I might need to get a copy of the paid pattern for it. She did the tutorial for her friend that I think it's called Biba Blankets. I think that's what it's called. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm really happy for all my subscribers. I think I'm up to 156. So I know I don't get a chance to come on very often. I've been struggling with some health issues and going to a lot of appointments and all that stuff. But I mentioned in a previous video that I was doing a FODMAP diet, which is carbohydrate elimination diet. They take away fermentable, oligo, dye, monosaccharides, and polyols to see what's causing gastric problems. And so I did that for 7 weeks and I didn't get any relief from that. So I had allergy testing and my back lit up. When they do the allergy testing on my back, it lit up like a Christmas tree. According to my husband, that was a quote. And I went yesterday to get the report back and he told me all the stuff that was causing a problem. And he was really good. The doctors I'm running into don't want to think outside the box too much. I really need somebody that's going to try to help me. I'm gone. Several things been happening. I had a CT scan, which came out okay. And I was grateful for that. But for some reason, I'm still having some significant problems. So he suggested an elemental diet. So for the next 2 weeks, starting today, I'm eating boiled chicken, drinking the broth from that. You put it in the crock pot with nothing. Just put the chicken, organic chicken in there with water, and eat the chicken, drink the broth, and then I can have white rice, not brown rice, white rice. And I said, can I have coffee? And he said, I'm not going to tell anybody they can't have coffee, but don't put any milk in it. He said, just have coffee and put a little sugar in it, and that's all. So for the next 2 weeks, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I hope that I start feeling better. So if I start feeling better, I'll have more energy and I'll be more inclined to do things I want to do. So anyway, I've got my helper here. Can you say hi? There's Nacho. I call him Skeeter. Say hi. Yeah, say hi. He had been scratching at my leg when I'm in my chair, and so I couldn't fit him on my chair without squishing him, and I was uncomfortable, so I pulled a chair up next to me and put a bed in it, and he likes that. I guess that's what he wanted, to be up next to me. So there's Skeeter. He's my buddy. And I've got 2 more on the floor down here with me. I got a 12-pounder and a 15-pounder. So they're little. And I'm really glad they didn't bark during this. So yay, good job, guys. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching and subscribing and liking this video. And I love it when you comment. I read all the comments. And yeah, so I'll see you next time. Bye for now.